Hey everybody, I'm Carrie.
I'm Maddie.
Welcome back to Book Club.
Hi everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Welcome back to
Welcome
Book
back to
Club.
Book Club.
Season 2. Season 2 with a new intro. At the time of filming this, we don't have the intro made yet, but it'll be in the beginning of the video. So if you heard it,
But it will be there.
lucky you. I don't even know. We had 45 episodes before we said okay, season 2.
Too damn many.
Too damn many.
Is what we had.
That's for sure. And we are talking about a lot of things today. We're going to talk a little bit about Fearless by Lauren Roberts. So there will be a section of that video, if you haven't read Fearless, that you can skip past. We're also going to be talking about...
If you haven't read Fearless, though,
Get on it.
girl.
We're also
Girl.
going to be talking about the trend on Instagram and TikTok that's like propaganda I'm not falling for. And then it's just a list of things that we are not getting on board with. If you saw our pink post on Instagram, you'll already know, but we're going to talk about them. And then we're also going to talk about books that we are starting to read or excited to read, like on our TBR / have started to read in May that feel like summertime because it's summertime.
Yeah.
So, what should we start first with?
Well, we should start with Kai Azer because I have a lot of things to say
No,
about him.
that's like the most fair thing you've ever said. I almost just spilled my whole coffee onto my laptop. Can you imagine?
Oh my God, that would have been fucking terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we should definitely start with Kai
Yeah,
Azer
and you know what?
because, ladies and gentlemen of the jury,
Dare I say the best book boyfriend?
bro, nobody has topped Kai Azer for me ever. And quite frankly, I just don't think it will ever be.
You know what I think is funny though?
To be honest,
We'll get into this when we start talking about books that are on our TBR. We want to read the Shatter Me series, which is Aaron Warner. And I feel like Aaron Warner could get pretty close to Kai Azer. I might eat my words.
Aaron Warner is not going to get close to Kai Azer for me, solely based on the fact that I know he's 5'9".
No, he's not. That's fake.
And also blonde.
That's fake. He's not 5'9". That's fake.
Kai Azer is 6'3".
Ooh,
wee! Girl.
Girl. I think about him and I get butterflies thinking about Kai Azer the way that like at 13 I felt like looking at a Harry Styles edit. Like it's not like it wasn't healthy at 13 either because I was feral for One Direction, but like they're real people. Kai Azer is not even fictional in the sense of like, oh, I saw a movie and it's an actor. Fictional in the sense...
No, it's like he's words on page.
Words on page. And I am gnawing at the bars of my enclosure to get to that man.
I'm like,
get to where?
The pages.
Get to where? Where am I getting to? Nowhere. The forest to cut down more trees to make more paper so there can be more Kai Azer.
So Lauren Roberts can write more.
Speaking of the woman herself, Lauren Roberts, how impressive to write. So if you don't know, Powerless series is a trilogy with there's a second novella coming out, but there is one novella that's already released. So it'll be a total of 5 books if you count a novella as a book. But the actual series just is a trilogy. And I am so proud of the fact that as a young author, she didn't like succumb to the pressure to continue writing a series that needed to be finished in 3 books.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name any names.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, yes, I am. The Lightlark series. What the fuck is that? I'm not being paid by anybody.
The Lightlark series took a drastic took a drastic downward spiral.
And Lauren,
in my opinion, I know some people, like I keep seeing on Fable, some people leave reviews of Sky Shade and they're like, wow, so good, I can't wait to see where the series goes. But to me, it just feels like repetitive nonsense at this point.
It's nonsense. It's not good.
And Powerless did not go that route at all. And at first, when Powerless came out, I feel like a lot of people were comparing it to Lightlark. Like they were comparing Lauren Roberts and Alex Astor. And I don't think the two series are
which here's the thing.
I
I love Alex Astor. I really want to read her contemporary romance. I just don't like the series.
Yeah.
Like Lauren Roberts is so, the fact that she was so young writing this series, she had such a clear image of, you could tell she knew where she wanted this series to go before she started writing Powerless. She knew what was happening. Like, she had the story thought out, and you could tell that by reading it. There were a lot of people who didn't like the ending of Fearless, and I don't know if I want to totally, like, 100% spoil, like, for, like, the epilogue, even though that's because it's fucking crazy. Maybe I'll change my mind on that later. But, like, the fact that Lauren Roberts could write a series like that, young, below the age of 25, and have it be so well written. And the thing is I'm not opposed to reading a book that is poorly written if the characters are good.
Yeah.
But the fact that she was able to do both, she wrote it so well, so young, had a very clear storyline, and actually delivered, is crazy. And that's
incredible.
so impressive. I have not been like, I can't think of another author that I'm like, oh, that's actually mind-blowing, except for like Sarah J. Maas writing Throne of
SJM.
Glass at 16.
She started that at but she didn't finish it. And like I don't know. I am so excited to watch Lauren Roberts progress as a writer because, like, again, she was 18 when she started writing Powerless. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to see
what she
all
does
of the
next
other things
too.
that she I'm so excited to see more of her work. But I still stand by what I said. Nobody is ever going to top Kai Azer for me personally.
He's so good. He's so good.
The day that I get on this podcast and I tell you guys that a man has come before Kai Azer, I don't know, hell might be frozen over.
Yeah.
Like, pigs are flying and all of the, like, so many things are going to have happened. I'm a 25-year-old woman. He was on my birthday cake.
Oh, yeah. It's so good.
Which was iconic. Shout out, Carrie.
You're welcome. And we did save his face for last. We cut around the entire cake.
Cut around Kai Azer's
And I'm not
face.
talking like, this is not a small round cake. This is a sheet cake. A full-on sheet cake. And we ate around his face. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
We ate on that cake for days.
I love him. Days.
And it was so good. It was even more delicious knowing that Kai Azer was on it.
Yeah.
And also, too,
Kai Azer is just unbeatable.
like, Peyton, the main girl, badass. Fucking badass. I love her.
I will say, I do love Peyton. But, like, I will say, there are other FMCs
Yes.
that I like more than I like Peyton.
Yeah, for sure.
There is no MMC that I like more than Kai.
No, that's really fair. I fuck
like,
heavy
there
with
are
them.
other FMCs who I'm like, like, Aylin to me is probably one of Feyre, Aylin. They're like a different genre of FMC. Nesta. And then there's, like, you know, Violet. I don't really resonate with Violet a
It's
whole
hard
bunch.
for me. I don't fully resonate with her either. I love her character, but like the ones that really hit
I love her too.
hard were Aylin and Feyre, and Nesta too at some points for sure. But I think too,
like,
the only critique I have on Fearless is, and if y'all want us to do like a deep dive into the whole series, like, we will do an entire episode.
We will.
Just on the series. Because I could talk about that series for years and years and years.
No, I literally could talk about it forever.
But we do
It's
have a
so
lot of
good.
ground to cover today, and I want us to get some of the other things on the to-do list. But my only critique of Fearless, and this isn't even really a critique, it was just something I thought was funny, was when they're on the boat in the shallows, and there's like the giant sea monster, or like the Kraken or whatever the fuck it was, and like this boat full of elites could not take this monster down, and until Peyton comes in and saves the fucking day. And all my girl did was stab him in the eyeball. That's all he did. That's all she did. She just poked him in the eyeball. And they, mind you, sorry if you can hear my dogs barking. Mind you, they're leading up to this Kraken for chapters and chapters. Like this whole sea endeavor. They're like, the sea monster is evil. And all she had to do was poke him in the eyeball a little bit, and he completely let the ship go and swam away. You're telling me a boat full of elites couldn't do that? Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed if I was an ordinary and was like, wow, y'all are some pussies. Y'all couldn't do that? You can manage that?
No, dead ass.
And it was over so quickly. I'm pretty sure in the margins I wrote like, well, that was anticlimactic.
Yeah, it was very anticlimactic. I wasn't like, go Olive.
But then we got to the section where the fucking criminals came in, stole Peyton in the dead of the night, and tried to throw her overboard.
Never mind, I guess she can stay.
Hello?
Sorry, I was trying to get Olive to leave, and she won't fucking leave. She's been screaming at the door for 3 minutes, and I asked Brian to open the door, and as soon as he opened it, she came and sat by me.
Fair enough. But anyways, it was followed up. The Kraken was followed up by like some real crazy shit going on. And like, I love when Kai Azer gets angry and he starts like, obviously like when he and Peyton are in love and he's not the enforcer and he's her and he's like, my father turned me into a monster. And I'm like, yeah. But sometimes when it comes out, wow.
I'm not even gonna lie. I still feel like I loved Fearless, and I thought it was a fantastic wrap to the series. The things that I would do to read Powerless for the first time,
bro. Except I really, really love one of my favorite. Actually, I think more than Peyton even my favorite. I guess she wasn't really a main character until the novella. Adina. One of my favorite characters to ever be written. Specifically her and Mac. I will never, ever, if you know the plot twist, you know the plot twist in Fearless. I will never recover, truly. I
would reread the series, like the actual 3 books. I will never reread Powerful.
Because I love Adina so much. Like I get the urge to reread it all the time, but at a certain point, I would have to put it down. And the thing is, too, one of the things that I have noticed a trend in, like, Sarah J. Maas and even in Fourth Wing that I feel like they might be leading up to, this is just a conspiracy, that, like, the villains in the series are, like, they have, like, a side arc that's, like, almost an anti-hero vibe where it's, like, for some reason it makes them almost not the villain. Like, in the first ACOTAR, you think the dad is such a piece of shit. The dad comes back around. You think Wings and Ruin, Tamlin is such a piece of shit. Tamlin comes back around and you're like, okay, I understand why you got from point A to point B. And in Fourth Wing, the Mama Sorengale has a whole redemption arc. Like there's a lot of conspiracies that the Venin are not as bad as Navarre has been making them seem, stuff like that. That there's like other arcs that would explain why they do the things they do. The way Lauren wrote the king in the Powerless series, not Kit, their father, I'll never forgive that man for anything he ever did, specifically because of Adina. That was, if you haven't read Fearless yet, you get you get a new perspective. The new perspective is the king before he died. And I have never hated as far as romanticy goes.
He was just like,
I have never hated a man the way I hate that man, specifically because of Adina. There is no other.
He was just evil to be evil. There wasn't like really any like logic or reasoning behind it.
There were little moments where it was like, oh, but I love my wife.
Highburn.
Yeah. He was, but
Highburn had no reason to be evil or like, well, that we know of. There was there was no villain origin story. Even with like Maeve in Throne of Glass, there was a villain origin story. There was a moment there where I was like, shit. Honestly, Maeve's kind of got a point here. Like, and Maeve sucked.
Yeah, she was terrible.
But she was the worst. But like, there was moments where I was like, okay, I can like kind of see where she's coming from. With Edric from Powerless and Highburn, it's just like, no, these are just evil men because they're evil men.
Yeah, and specifically, there is a chapter in Fearless where we get the point of view of Edric after he has like tortured Adina, and he's like, I'm glad I got to do that.
He's a freak.
Oh my God, I've never felt
He's
more
a sociopath.
disgust in a character.
And I also think something that Lauren wrote really well that like was incredible, like just as an author in general, but specifically to be able to capture the difference between how two children who are raised in an abusive, neglectful household can turn out so drastically different.
Yeah. No, she
the way
ate.
she captured it's just,
and also
it's,
too, I
it's
think
incredible.
The way that she was able to write, because I remember when we first, like, I bet if we went back to our original Powerless episode, I remember thinking like, I want Peyton to get powers. I want her to have powers.
Yeah.
I genuinely, by the end of this trilogy, I was like, bro, fuck some of these elites. I actually don't care. I think
literally.
Peyton like, didn't need them. She didn't need them. And that was like the whole point. And she wrote that so well. It would have been so easy to write this in such a like simplified, almost juvenile way, which would have been understandable. She was 18 when she started writing this. But the way that she was able to create this story, I know everybody like compares it to what, the Red Queen or something. I haven't read that, but I will. But I think that there, you know, I could eat my words here, but I think there is a reason that Powerless got so big. And then people were like, oh, well, she ripped off this other series. Actually,
well, she said from the jump that she took inspiration from the Red Queen.
But I think when you're able to be like, oh, I took inspiration from this, I could eat my words. I haven't read the series, whatever. But I just feel like this trilogy, like I could read the Red Queen and be like, oh, I see where she pulled inspo from. Obviously, you can read the back of Red Queen and know where she pulled inspo from. But I feel like she really made it her own. Like there's something specifically, even just with Kai Azer, there's something in that man. There's something in there that I don't think can be replicated.
Yeah, no, Kai Azer is always on top for me. If we ever say there's somebody above Kai Azer, we're gonna be, like I can't even imagine.
I can't either. I love, and the thing is like I love Reese. I love Rowan. Hell, I love Lorcan. I love Xaden. But Kai,
I do love Lorcan.
But something about Kai.
Nobody does it. Nobody doesn't like Kai. Nobody doesn't like Kai.
So good.
Kai is top book boyfriend. One day I want to do an episode of just like rating all the book boyfriends that we've ever read about.
Yeah, that'd be fun
because I think that would be really fun
I
to
agree.
make an entire list and rate the book boyfriends.
Yeah.
But that's for another day. And now we can move on.
Yes, let's
to
do
the next topic of conversation.
Yeah, let's move
which
on
is,
to
propaganda we're not falling for.
Yeah. What is what were the ones we had on our pink post? I know the biggest one we have that we have talked about before many a time, so we spend a lot of minutes on it, is pregnancy tropes. Like the reading a really cutesy rom-com, which is normally what we read in the spring and the summer, and the girl is so cool, and then all of a sudden, for whatever reason, at the very end, epilogue, she's pregnant and doesn't have her job anymore and is a stay-at-home wife. Not that that's a bad thing, but for these characters, you're making all this development for them, and then they're just happy in
for them to be a fucking trad wife.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I don't believe you.
It's a letdown.
I don't believe you. That's just not it for me. I'm like, you can't build
And
all of this.
I'm sorry, but it just, to me, it leans into the fucking propaganda that all a woman can do and all that women really care to amount to is being a mother. That is false.
Yeah.
That is a lie. And I don't know I don't know what women you guys are around, but me and Carrie are here to be the breath of fresh air to tell you that that is not all women want to be. That is not what every woman wants to be.
And I've said this before
women want to
too.
be, great, that's awesome.
A woman who is a mom, that's amazing. I will never look at a woman and think, oh, well, she's just a mom. No, being a mom is like
being a mom is
so
crazy.
Not everything that you are. I know a lot of women make it their whole ass personality. I truly believe that that is a trauma response and a defense mechanism.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, you just need to like dig deep and find yourself a little bit, which is why all of those women end up soul searching in their, especially if they have children young, in their late 30s and 40s, and then they have all of this personality come out. And I'm like, yes, baby, that's been there.
That's been there.
It's been there the whole time. It's been there the whole time. You are not just a mother. There is a reason, hopefully, for the love of God, hopefully there is a reason your husband chose you, other than the fact that you were going to be a fucking incubator.
And hopefully there's a reason you chose him. I keep seeing videos of fucking bitch ass men. It's just bitch ass men, actually. That's the whole point, is that men are fucking stupid idiots.
Being mean to their wives when they're pregnant? No.
Or like not helping their wives raise their children. That, hey, kill your husband.
Yep. Kill your husband. You know that TikTok
I think the original song is Leave Your Husband.
Oh.
Leave your husband. Leave your husband. No. Me and Carrie's anthem is kill your husband. Kill your husband. Kill your husband. Like, I'm sorry, but I can't get behind it.
There is
and
a
I really
reason.
can't get behind like these super badass female characters being like, oh, here's my whole arc and I'm so strong and I'm gonna go make focaccia bread with my babies. I don't care. I don't care.
Your baby doesn't make you interesting.
No.
Also,
baby's sticky.
I will never
get the boogers off its nose.
The one thing I'll never forgive SJM for is Feyre's random ass pregnancy trope.
Boring. She's 21.
Literally, she's 21. You are Faye.
Why is she having a baby? She's supposed to be at Rita's
partying it up. And also, she's gonna be immortal. She's only been Faye for like 6 months.
Literally, she can have a baby any time. She's 21. She's 21 in human years. She's 21 in human years. Enough of the pregnancy tropes, especially when our characters are immortal.
Yep.
Like, okay, like there was we just read a little rom-com and like series, and it said like 10 years later and the characters had children. Personally, I don't give a singular fuck.
Yeah.
That's just me because I lack family value, I guess. I don't know.
I guess so too, because here's the thing. We read It Happened One Summer and Hook, Line, and Sinker. They're like standalones, but they are the two sisters. And it's like 10 years later, whatever, epilogue. Children, to me, like these rom-coms were really sexy. And that's why I liked them. Children for me,
yes,
it's like
it makes it so unsexy.
Tell me again how you like. My poos dried up like the Sahara Desert.
Bro, my poos was not.
I was like, okay, this is no longer sexy. It's actually boring and I hate it. Take you back to the nursing home.
I don't want to watch a fucking
your children. I'm sorry. And there was like a point where they're like making out in front of like their nieces and nephews. Ew.
Don't do that.
Don't do that. That's gross. That's gross.
There's gonna be people in our comments that are like, you guys lack serious family values.
I don't give a fuck. And then the thing is too, is like when you get married and you have children, there are plenty of people that, well, great, awesome, all power to you. I don't think the romance should die. Obviously, I think that you should always put you should put your marriage first, unless like your husband's shitty. We've discussed that. But like if you have a good relationship, give your children a good example of a relationship be in love, obviously. But like, I actually personally don't find it really sexy anymore, so I would like to not hear about it.
Yeah, I don't want to necessarily hear about it. But my point with that was saying that was a little more like digestible to me than like Feyre's whole pregnancy arc and like Nesta losing her powers and giving herself childbearing hips. What the fuck?
What the fuck? I fear at this point Elaine is going to become my favorite because she's the only one not child-centered. What the fuck?
Bro, I'm tired. I don't like reading about FMCs who like, it's boring. I'm sorry. There's like lack of emotional depth once they're like, babies, I don't care.
The only book I've ever read that I was like, you know what? The child brought value to this was First Time Caller. It was the book of the month in February, the romance book of the month. And the child was 12 years old. It was a fully developed human. Not fully developed, but like it wasn't a fetus. And had like came in, said some funny things. And it was like the mom was like, oh, okay, like I'm a grown adult now. My child can kind of fend for themselves with their dad, whatever. And I was like, okay, there's some character development with the fact that this woman is a mom, because it wasn't her whole fucking personality. It was not brought up every 5 seconds. I know that like mom guilt is real. I didn't mean to put quotes around it. I know it's a real thing. But like, bro, do some fucking soul searching. I don't know how to tell you this. You need to like look inward. Stop making focaccia bread and look inward.
Yeah.
Find yourself.
Having hens in your backyard and making bread and like ballerina farming yourself. Like, I'm sorry, but ballerina farm is my worst nightmare. Like, that seems like hell.
What
on
is a
earth. Do you know who
ballerina
farm is?
No.
Oh my God. It's this beautiful woman. She was so beautiful. I think she went to Juilliard for dance. Like, she was a ballerina.
Wow.
And then she met this rando guy and he impregnated her and made her stay at home. And now it looks like he abuses her. And all she taught, like, she was like, I really wanted this. I don't know if it was like tickets to a ballet or it was something that she really wanted for her birthday. Do you know what he got her for her fucking birthday? An apron that held eggs so she could go out into their egg hen, like, backyard where there were eggs and put the eggs in the egg. What?
I would start throwing things. I would start throwing things.
Set your house on fire and lock your hhusband in there and let him burn to death. Like,
literally when it's like, oh my gosh, it's my 45th birthday. I just spent the last 20 years raising your children and taking care of your home. What are we going to do for my birthday? Here's a new vacuum.
Or, oh, I made dinner reservations at my favorite restaurant.
And I know Mother's Day just passed, and I literally had this conversation with
Women don't get enough credit.
I literally had this conversation with my mother, and I was like, oh, what are you doing for Mother's Day? My whole family lives like all in a separate area, and I don't live there. So I was like, oh, what are y'all doing? And she was like, well, I don't know. So-and-so called me, and they were asking what I wanted to do, and I was like, whoa. Mom.
They didn't plan something?
I actually don't think it's your job to plan your Mother's Day. What?
No, literally.
What? Like,
men are so fucking incompetent.
I treat this, and children do this too with their parents, and it's infuriating. You can do something nice for them. You don't. Why do they have to plan it? That's crazy.
Children are ungrateful little twat waffles.
They really are. They really
and
are.
This is coming from someone who I look back and I'm like, holy fuck, I was an ungrateful little shitbag for 90% of my fucking childhood.
No,
like,
literally.
I was an asshole. Kids are dicks.
They are. They're so rude. I don't want to be around
them. And I'm sure
them.
motherhood is really rewarding if you like have a I'm sure it is.
I'm sure it is. There were things when I think about having a kid,
we will talk about this for the rest of the episode.
There are things that make me think I could do that, and that would be really cool. But there's also a lot of things that I'm like, fuck that. Maybe if we lived in a different, maybe if society was different and it was supportive actually. But no, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I'm done. Fuck you.
Psst.
And I think we should
Yeah.
move on to the next propaganda we're not falling for.
Yeah. This one's very short, but I'm gonna fucking kill everybody in this house.
What's happening?
Sorry, no, I'm not. Marlon's fucking with my witch candles.
Marlon, I don't know why you tried
So
to film this
bad and
episode with
evil.
your cats around you. They are
I
crazy.
didn't. I shut the door and Brian left it open because he is a man. Anyways, he said, "What?" He said, "Eat shit."
You
Marlon,
eat
I'm
shit,
gonna-
Brian.
No, literally. This one we've talked about also before.
Shocker.
And it really is about Cruel Prince. But if you loved ACOTAR or Fourth Wing, you'll love this book. And it's it's the Cruel Prince recommendation. Eat my pussy lips. Don't ever say something. Don't piss me off.
Don't
That
piss
is
me
the
off.
dumbest shit I ever heard.
That's gross.
I don't trust anybody's recommendation anymore.
Yeah,
Like, if
so-
they're like, if you liked,
Literally,
give me
I
4
went
seconds.
to the Renaissance Fair for the first time a couple weekends ago, and truly feel like I was having like war flashbacks walking around. I loved the Ren Fair. It was really fun, but every now and then I would see something and it was like the Seelie and the Unseelie and the Veil and the Fae and furries everywhere. They were everywhere. One of the best things about the Ren Fair is that you can be as weird as you want because there's going to be a weirder motherfucker right around the corner
somebody else
at
is
the Ren
weirder.
Fair. And I love them. I love that for them. You know what? Go crazy. And I know that a lot of Cruel Prince is in the stuff at the Ren Fair was like traditional fantasy, blah, blah, blah. Don't come for my throat. But I literally, that series is so bad. It was
It is
so
so,
bad. And
like,
I will say, we
and
did
it's
get,
not even because it's bad, because it's not comparable to Fourth Wing or
yeah.
ACOTAR. Like, we weren't looking for spice. Like, we really liked Powerless, and we love Power. Like, we just spent 30 minutes telling you how much we loved Powerless. There's no spice in that. Like, it wasn't the lack of spice. It was the lack of character development. And I'm sorry, but everybody who's like, Jude is such a cool. No, she's not. She's
not.
fucking boring.
She's so
She's
boring.
fucking boring, bro.
I think
she's
so
fucking boring.
She's so boring. I hate her. And
She's such a boring, and she's a naive little shit.
And Carden
and her sister
sucks.
fucking sucks.
Carden sucks.
Carden's an asshole.
He's the worst, and his tale is weird.
And their love story wasn't believable at all.
No, it wasn't. It
He
felt like
he
when
was in psychosis.
it felt like two
when he was
14-year-olds
like,
falling
"I
in
like
love.
Jude."
It felt like two 14-year-olds. They were like, "I like you."
where he was like, and I'm sorry, but I just can't get behind this whole I'm gonna bully someone that I like. No, can we teach men how to emotionally regulate themselves and quit being freaks in public all the time?
No, literally.
No.
Literally, I
No,
didn't love
I
it.
don't
I
like
actually
it.
hated it even. And I will say, Maddie posted a TikTok about it, whatever, making a joke. And I will say, we got a couple of comments that were like, yes, thank you. Somebody said it. Because the Cruel Prince fan base is very, very strong in there. You know what? Like,
You
what
either
wanna
love
like.
it or you hate
I think
it.
it's freak shit. And you know what? And I'll say it. I felt validated when Brittany Broski got on her podcast and said that she did not fuck with it either. Thank you.
No, I did too.
I felt validated.
Yeah, I did too. Because I really feel like
Because she's
lot
a
of,
weird
like, the Cruel
bitch.
Prince people,
She's a weird bitch too.
Yeah.
And if she didn't
probably
like it,
and she probably like knows a little bit. Like, I feel like, I don't know.
She's more
I feel
educated
like
than
when
we are.
We make jokes about it. Yeah, people are like, oh, well, they're just two fucking dumbass bitches who like don't actually know about real fae and real folklore. Okay.
hey, how about put your
What's
tongue
your fucking point
in my
with that?
butthole? Lick my butthole.
No, literally. Like, fucking take your tongue and drag it from my actual anus holes. We're being really crazy today. Oh man,
We haven't filmed in a couple weeks,
lick
man.
my taint.
Lick my taint.
Oh man. We're really going crazy for season 2.
Off to a good start.
Sorry guys, we're crazy.
Next,
Next is any Archer on Sister Hate. We kind of already did
I
that.
already did that. One more.
Oh,
We'll pick one more.
We've
This will
also
be our
talked
last
about
one.
this. Oh well, there's a few good ones.
Well, pick the best one. Because I want us to
I don't
move
know.
on.
You're
to our
not supposed to like the characters.
Mission accomplished.
We've also talked about this. Mission accomplished. Sally Rooney characters, I'm so sorry.
They're not
But when
supposed
people
to
are
be
like,
likable.
Well, the point. That's the point. Why would I read something when everybody's pissing me off?
What do you?
What?
I want to be rooting for somebody, for fuck's sake. I don't want to just read about a bunch of sad people. Fuck you.
No, literally.
If you want to do that,
okay,
go walk down the street. Look at some other sad people.
or I don't know, get on fucking GoFundMe. If you want to be fucking depressed, at least do something with your time and donate the $10 that you were going to spend on a shitty Sally Rooney book and donate it to somebody on GoFundMe. You can read their sad character arc there, and then at least you're giving it to a cause instead of just like reading a fuck ass book about two men. No. No.
You know,
I can't
my
get behind it.
my friend Paula, she is a big Sally Rooney fan, but she also reads a lot of the same books that we read and really likes them. We got to get her on the pod. She's going to be in here in August. Even if it's just for a short portion, I just want to know why she is such a big Sally Rooney fan.
Yeah.
Like, what is it?
You know what I also can't get behind that goes hand in hand with this? This was not on our pink post. If you want to see all of the other things that we cannot get behind,
go to our
follow
Instagram.
us on
It'll be
Instagram.
linked
We
below.
posted it. But this kind of goes hand in hand with the Sally Rooney lit fic people. When bitches and motherfuckers be acting like they are on some fucking moral high ground or like emotional high ground where they just like know so much more than you because they read shit books. I like nothing. Literally, there are a lot of things that piss me off. And I've said this before, I'm like in a perpetual state of pissed off.
Yeah.
But it pisses me off so bad when I see people on the internet be like, well, I read this kind of book and I don't even read spice. Oh my God.
Good for
it's like when
you.
bitches are like on the internet and they're body checking. Should we call Bella Hadid?
Literally.
Who do you want? Do you want me to call Sally Rooney and email her and tell her that you're pissing me off?
Good for fucking you.
What? Like, what did you accomplish?
Yeah, when people
What
are
did you
like,
get out of that book?
I actually am way too. Anybody who's like, I'm too good for X, Y, and Z.
I don't like those people.
Relax.
Grow up.
Go, do anything else. Like,
No, literally.
you don't get I don't know who.
You don't get an
I don't know
award.
who needs to put this into everybody's brains. Maybe they should start teaching this in elementary school. You actually don't get an award in real life for somebody liking you. I am not one to be like, I don't care about who anybody likes me. I'm a people pleaser for sure. However, if I make a mistake, if I do something, or hear me out, I have guilty pleasures, or not even guilty pleasures. I just enjoy shit, and somebody is mad about that, or doesn't like it, or thinks less of it.
It's like, how can you even
enjoy that? That's like such low-hanging fruit. Right. You don't
And?
get a fucking trophy for standing on your fucking high horse. Hop off it. Okay? Because I'm having more fun than you. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Literally fuck right off. How about that?
No, literally.
It's ridiculous. You don't get an award for being
agree.
a likable person or being a good person. And also, I saw this influencer I follow that I followed for a really long time post about like, hey, sometimes I say mean things. Sometimes I do bad things even. Humans are not made to be good all the time. You can't be. You cannot have a completely clean moral slate. You cannot get through life without making a mistake. Not all, obviously sometimes mistakes have reasons, whatever. Not every mistake you make is going to be justified. Sometimes you just act like a bitch, and there ain't no way around that. And as soon as you start to accept the fact that, and I feel like this happens too with like characters that people like, specifically female characters, like Nesta, like people who are, complicated. Mm-hmm. She did shitty things for sure. Nobody said that she was motherfucking Teresa.
Also, nobody said that she was like nobody's trying to. I'm afraid of you. Nobody said that she's like free of.
Yeah.
What's it called? Criticism.
Yeah.
Like nobody's saying that she's above criticism.
And the thing
Like,
is,
you can-
everybody does shitty things in their life. Like you don't get anything for being super good all the time. You can try your best, but sometimes people are just mean. Sometimes you're just mean.
Also, it's giving like when people, I'm sorry, and this is going to sound cunty, but on this note of people sometimes are just bitches, I am 95% of the time a fucking raging asshole cunt. And that's just who I am as a person. But when people are like, well, I only read this kind of book and it's like lit fic or it's like, you know, that genre, you don't get anything past high school if you were fucking valedictorian. Like, it's just not that cool anymore. Nobody cares if you try to be the smartest person in the room.
Yeah. Nobody
In
actually
fact,
gives a fuck.
if you are constantly trying to prove yourself as the smartest person in the room and like prove that you're better than other people, most people in that room are going to fucking think you're obnoxious.
Yeah.
And they won't want to be around you.
And the thing is, too, and back on the Cruel Prince thing, a lot of people say this, like, they quote the line that Jude says where she was like, if they think I'm evil, I'll be even worse or something like that. I'm like, cool. If I was in a room with you, I'd want to punch you in the fucking throat.
She also, like, never did. It's giving, like... I'm sorry, but it's giving when, like, a 13-year-old, like, dyes their hair for the first time and they're like, fuck. Oh, God, I should get a pack of cigarettes. Shut the
This
fuck
and a
up.
cigarette. A box
This
of
and a cig.
this and a cig. A box of manic
box of
panic, red
fucking
hair dye, and a
Arctic
cig.
Fox. Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking relax. Go to Hot Topic, get some of your angst out, and take a chill pill. Go
Literally.
drink your boba in your room and listen to, I don't know,
Lana Del Rey
Lana
on
Del
your
Rey.
fucking record player.
like sit in the shower, cry a little bit, and move on with your life.
Yeah. I listen to Lana Del Rey and cry.
Yeah. There ain't
Sometimes
nothing wrong with it.
it's
And
a
the
rite
thing
of
is,
passage.
overall, the gist is that we're not saying any of these things are bad. We're just saying open your fucking eyes. Like, you're not, everybody does this shit. You're not on you're not on Mount Everest while everybody else is in the fucking trenches, dude. Like, we're all doing the same shit in the best way possible. Nobody's special.
And we're all dying in 100 years. Nobody that's alive right now is going to be here.
So be a freak, be weird, and be proud of it.
be a freak in public.
Be a freak in public.
Be a freak in public. Wear your fucking goddamn ass furry fuck ass
wear your tail if you
want.
want.
But don't get mad if I bully you. Well, actually, I won't bully anybody. But like, you can't.
But
like,
if I get on
also,
the internet
I'm
and
gonna
I
make fun
say
of
that
you.
Cruel Prince is
I'm
weird
gonna make
because
fun
of
of
he
you.
has a tail, don't what about me to me, because I ain't the one.
I swear to God, if I said furries are weird and somebody said, what about me? And I my honest to God response would be,
What about you?
do you wear a fucking tail? If the answer is yes, I'm going to fucking deck you right now because I think you're a fucking freak. I think you're a freak. I'm a freak in my own way. I do freak ass shit.
For sure.
I do weird
There's
things.
plenty of shit that
I'm
I would do that
annoying.
people would be like, hey, that's weird. I saw one thing and it was like fucking
Don't
gym
care.
bros. And it was like, what's the most like unattractive thing you can see a girl do at the gym? And all the guys were like, when they dance at the gym.
When they're dancing at the gym.
Right. So
Yeah, you know what I think the most unattractive thing a man can do?
exist.
Kill yourself.
Whoa. I will literally fucking two-step around the gym on my own with my fucking weights. Kiss my ass. If I am doing squats and I decide that's the perfect time to move my body like a cyclone, that's the perfect time.
Then I'm moving my body like a cyclone. What do you want from me? T-Pain said.
He told me to, okay? It's not my fault that he told me to mid-squat sesh, okay? I have to.
Gym bros on the internet. Yuck.
Yuck.
Yeah. I don't like it.
But that's the thing. There's plenty of
it.
people that are like, what the fuck are you doing? I don't care. I'm going to do the worm.
I think we should all just be allowed to be freaks and do what we want and then laugh at each other.
Yes, I agree.
Like, I'm sorry, but if you can't be a freak and then maybe get laughed at a little bit, you're not living to its fullest extent.
You're not.
I do some cringe shit. And when I do some cringe shit, I'm free. And if somebody else wants to laugh at me for doing my cringe shit, but also being free, that's their prerogative. And that is their right.
And you know what?
And
it's none of my business. It's none of my business what other people think of me.
My business.
It's really not.
I'm going to continue doing freak shit.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Well, moving on now for this last little bit. We're just going to talk about our TBR. We have, like we said, we were reading, we read Hook, Line, and Sinker. It Happened One Summer. Some Tessa Bailey books. Do feel very summertime. We have a new, like, personal book club with a couple of our friends, and we really only read, like, silly little slutty rom-coms.
And it's so fun.
And it's so fun. So we have that on the TBR. We have some Carly Fortune on the TBR.
We also have the final installment of The Summer I Turned Pretty.
Yeah. What is it? It's Always Summer or something?
We'll always have summer.
We'll always have summer. Yeah.
So we'll read that. And
the new season comes out in July.
Bro,
and that feels...
We'll actually keep our thoughts,
Yes.
because I think we should do an episode on, like, the season and the book.
I think we should also. Because that show...
Last summer we said some crazy
feels
things.
So much like it just feels like summer. Like it just encompasses summer. And I love it.
It is so beautiful.
What else is on?
But last year we did say some crazy things about it.
Yes.
It's the summertime, whatever.
The summer at the beach.
The Summer at the Beach. This Love is playing by Taylor Swift.
You hear the seagulls in the background, specifically that version.
The waves crashing.
Yeah. But
what else do we have?
We also have
Great Big Beautiful Life.
We have Emily Henry. We also, one that's on my TBR is Done and Dusted. I would love to read some country boy rom-coms. Actually, I might even start one tonight, because something about this summer, this season of my life, even I feel like it'll bleed into fall. I'm feeling country western. I want to wear denim. I want to wear my boots. I also just finished Daisy Jones and the Six, which Maddie has been trying to get me to read forever, and I'm gonna start the series this week, the TV series this weekend, and it is already gonna be my whole personality. If you saw any of the TikToks I posted or pictures from Vegas, I was channeling Daisy Jones fully.
Chat, is there any better feeling than when you recommend a book and your best friend finally fucking reads it and they
love it, eat it up,
fucking love it, and you were right the whole time?
It. Also, you know what we could also get into our TBR this summer? More L. Kennedy.
Oh yeah, I'm about to down the rest of, because we only read The Deal.
Yeah. And Stars are taking it home this year.
The Stars.
I'm not doing any of the jinxing shit. I'm manifesting.
Last night was really embarrassing.
Last night was embarrassing for sure. Last night was game 2 of the Stars versus the Oilers. Boo. Yeah. However, Stars are going to take it home this year, and it would be a really great time to be reading more hockey.
Bro, yeah. Because, yeah.
I love a hockey book.
I love a little slutty hockey boy.
I know. I love a little slutty hockey boy.
Except for not the real ones, because real hockey men are, like, a little bit scary. Unless it's Mason Marchment.
Or Bishel? Even, might I say?
Leon Bishel.
But he's...
baby girl.
I know he
crazy.
is
baby girl.
He is... he might make you baby girl.
No, he is baby girl.
Bishel?
Wyatt Johnston, also baby girl.
Johnston, yes. I thought you were saying
no,
Bishel.
Bishel is also...
Bishel is not baby girl to me. Bishel is like, oh, that man is a tornado. In a good way.
Bishel is baby girl to me.
I don't like to think about how young he is, actually. That freaks me out.
And Mason Marchment personified is that sound. That's like, what is it? Oh, why are you looking at me like that? You know that one?
No.
Yes, you do. You sent me a sound with it.
I don't recall.
Well,
But I believe you.
yeah.
I believe you.
Anyways, we really love the Dallas
If you don't
Stars.
know who any of these players are, you should really go look them up on TikTok. It'll make your day, truly.
Just look at the Dallas Stars' entire roster.
Yeah. Honestly.
Beautiful team.
Beautiful
quite
team.
frankly.
Jamie
All of
Benn,
the
our
Finnishmen that
captain,
we
he
have on our
fucking
team.
set the standard.
Yeah, Jamie Benn and Tyler Sagan really.
Mhm. I want
they
to, whenever I
started.
read, I just finished reading my first Mafia romance. I didn't love it. Spoiler. But anytime I'm like, oh, a Mafia man, I'm picturing Jamie Benn.
No, that's really fair, actually.
That's just what's going
Jamie
on.
Benn and Tyler Sagan, like the covered in tattoos.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. Also, you know what else while we're objectifying men? You know what I always thought like Jake Ottinger, which is our goalie, who is arguably the best goalie in the NHL. I just was like, oh yeah, he's just some guy
Some
who's
guy.
a goalie. Like, fuck yeah. You know, I have always loved Otter because he's our goalie. Did you know that man is 6'6"? That changed my life. That news, actually.
It's like that
He's
TikTok
also
sound
married.
that's like,
All of these men are married.
it's like that TikTok
But-
sound that's like 6'2"? Sure. Okay. Whatever. 6'6"?
6'4"?
6'4"? 6'5"? You can commit a felony.
6'6", 220 or 230, whatever the fuck they
I'm sorry.
have as his weight.
Your red flags are actually so high up in the atmosphere that I can't see them
I can't
anymore.
even see them.
So it doesn't matter.
They don't exist.
They don't exist. They don't exist.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
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 But I'm really excited for summer.
Hockey
I'm really excited
crazy.
for this season of a book club. Our Instagrams are more geared just towards like our YouTube channel, so make sure you're following that. And like our regular generic book content. However, we are still obviously doing book club. So
And you should join our Fable book
Yes.
club because Fable we're getting better at it.
Yeah, we are getting better. We
were
actually
really
like
bad
put the
at
books
it
that
for
we're
a while.
reading. We comment on the chapters. If you're in the book club, you can comment also. Really
Yeah.
great time. Definitely, we don't
It's super fun.
really do Goodreads anymore because Goodreads is about 90 million years old.
Yeah.
So sorry about that, but everything's on Fable. Follow us on Fable.
Everything's
Everything
on
will be
Fable.
linked below. So follow us on YouTube. Follow our YouTube channel. Subscribe on Spotify, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok. And Maddie's new single comes out, so keep an eye out for that. Also,
It's today
it comes out today.
when the episode drops.
Oh my
When the
God!
episode
Maddie's
drops,
single
it'll
is
be the
out. It's
same
called
day.
Stockholm Syndrome. You should listen to it.
And if you're a dark romance girly, you'll probably fuck heavy
it bumps.
with
It bumps. So, yeah, guys, welcome to season 2
That's
of Book
everything.
Club. If you watched all of season 1,
Welcome to
thank you. We
season
love
2.
you. If you've never watched before, happy to have you.
Welcome.
Welcome.
We're crazy.
See you in 2 weeks.